Please be aware, there are spoilers in this discussion for episode 4 and the entire series of The Haunting of Hill House. Upcoming episodes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are discussed in the context of this vlog. Hello, everybody.
How's it going?
Welcome back to another recap of Haunting of Hill House.
Ooh, spooky episode.
So, this episode review is going to be more of a recap because a lot of people have already pointed out the ghosts. We were doing a whole bunch of recaps and showing all the different ghosts. You could still look at some of the ghosts or look for some of the hidden ghosts, but this review isn't going to just be about the ghosts. We're doing more of an episode recap now because there have been too many videos since we started this whole thing about the actual ghosts.
I looked at a few blogs like BuzzFeed and a few other famous ones with hidden ghost blogs, and I've got more than they've got. They're missing a few.
Okay, so Walt's been very meticulous, and if we missed any, you can just let us know down below, because I'm pretty sure we do, because you missed that one in the last episode in the kitchen. That one that was right in front of us. The one with the big tall lady whose head was out of the frame.
Right. Well, I look for faces.
Yeah, there was no face. It was just a body.
Yeah, I don't see like disembodied body.
Each episode focuses on a different character. This one is episode 4.
The twin thing.
All about Luke. One of my favorite characters. I say that about everyone, but I really like Luke a lot.
I like the actor.
There are spoilers in this review for not only this episode, but the rest of the series. So if you haven't watched...
Because we have to talk about it in context.
We have to talk about it in the context. I'm so sorry if you have not watched the rest of the series. I'm telling you right now, do not watch this because I don't want to hear people complaining about it in the comments that we did not give spoiler warnings. This is a recap, but we're going to talk about it in context of the whole series. Oliver Jackson Cohen is the name of the actor who plays Luke, and young Luke is probably my favorite character.
He played Jonathan Harker in the NBC Dracula series.
And here's the actor who plays young Luke, also very, very good.
He's great.
Really cute kid. So I have to say, the house looks really nice right here. It doesn't even look haunted. It just looks like a nice big house.
Up until this point, we've seen Abigail briefly in the bushes, right? We have seen her once before in a physical form. This is the first time we've seen her like sitting there right next to Luke. And she looks pretty real at this point. This looks like a real girl compared to things we've seen as ghosts so far. Luke, I think, has seen more tragic stuff, right?
It's that thing in the basement.
Yeah, we saw that in the last episode.
That thing is horrifying. Was that real?
That was terrifying. And I think Luke grows up to see a lot of stuff that isn't there because he has PTSD from his childhood. You know what I mean? Like, he gets into drugs, he gets into all kinds of problems.
We then get flashes to him reaching different milestones in rehab and therapy. This is his 90-day sober. And then we get to this part.
Well, your mother and I searched the entire basement, pal, and there's nothing down there.
I understand they're trying to make it feel better. They think he just has a very active, wild imagination.
This house is bad, Dad. It's bad.
Of course, they're not going to believe that you're seeing scary monsters because kids tend to have an active imagination. And they don't believe that he sees Abigail. They don't think Abigail is real. They don't think this monster's real, even though his shirt was all messed up. Are there ghosts in this scene?
What's that?
Something there.
Is that a statue?
Don't know what that is.
Statue or ghost, I said.
Looks like an alien.
No, freeze.
That right there.
Yeah.
That's a person.
That's a person. Legs.
We see legs.
You see a head. There's a tie.
Yeah.
All right.
Someone back there.
That wasn't there a second ago.
That was not there at
all. And it's gone in a few frames. She starts to describe all the things she sees, including things hanging from those ropes. She even says, like, oh, we got to clean those ropes before somebody hangs themselves with them.
He's sleeping, and the time hits.
3:03 on the East Coast. That's not now. So I have a question about...
It's a visitation.
It's a visitation of a ghost. I think Luke keeps seeing various harbingers of death more than ghosts.
I think this was a visitation because she also visited Stephen.
Right. Well, that's a ghost. She was dead at that point.
I think that was a visitation. But you can do a visitation in some type of energy right before you die or right after you die.
This is when everybody woke up and she's now in the house in the red room.
Flashback to the house again. That's definitely a face. I don't care what anyone says. That is a face.
That's a face. That's a creepy... in fact, I don't think I saw that one last time.
Ah!
Wow. I want that for a Halloween mask. Statues or ghosts?
I can't tell what's a statue and what's a ghost. But these, I think,
There's
are
almost always something in these places. So it's questionable.
Something there. Something there.
Mm-hmm.
Something there and there. So the girl that Luke was getting close to just disappeared and left.
She ran.
She ran away.
Best way to get somebody to follow you is to give him a note that says, "Don't follow me."
So Luke is basically here feeling his connection to Nell.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling his connection to Nell with the pain in the neck. This really scared me.
Mm-hmm.
Because you think you get out of a house that's haunted, that these ghosts aren't going to follow you.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that these ghosts are following you after you leave.
He doesn't seem surprised, but he seems terrified.
I didn't know if it was him just remembering.
This, I feel like, dogs. Remember the dogs barking?
Dogs barking,
at the house?
Yeah, I remember that. For a while, though, I was wondering with the tall man if this was why he started doing drugs.
Right.
I
To
thought
stop seeing him.
To stop seeing him.
Right.
And when he did drugs, maybe he wouldn't see him, but then when he got sober again, he would start seeing him.
Right.
Because maybe the drugs helped him escape from seeing these things.
Oh, 100%.
And it's unclear if they're real ghosts or if they're just his, like you said, PTSD.
Now, this scene, you kind of show the first time we ever see the tall man.
Yeah, this scared the shit. I almost peed and pooped.
I am scared because of the kid's performance is so good.
The footsteps is horrifying, and his reaction to the footsteps getting closer and closer
Oh, it's the cane.
is even more terrifying. The footsteps, cane. The point is, it's getting closer, whatever the heck it is.
Well, he doesn't know what it is yet, though. He's more curious than scared at this
Oh,
point.
I think he's pretty scared.
Right. Oh, I love that. It's such a subtle reaction, but just a breath and...
It's there. Oh my god, this is so scary.
Mm-hmm.
No, that is not a hidden ghost. That is a ghost.
That's a really tall ghost.
And he's hovering. He's off the ground.
Yeah.
Why does he hover? He went under the bed. Never a good choice.
I find this to be more terrifying than to go ahead and confront this entity.
What's under the bed? You never know.
You never know. Well, that's where the monsters live anyway, so it's like that would never be my first choice.
He's finally come to your... Oh!
I mean,
he's
and all
hovering.
you don't see everything, you just see the feet.
Nope. That's not okay. None of this is okay.
His feet are not touching the ground.
This is not good. The shadow. Oh, gosh. Oh, no! No.
Oh, look at that hand.
No. That hand is a big no. That is a no.
That's like a
That
Nosferatu
is
hand.
No, stay over there.
What
Ah!
a shriek. We never find out what happened after this moment.
No, we don't. He found her, and he wants to bring her back, but I guess they have a policy against bringing back people who relapse, which I think is kind of wrong. So the tall man's hidden back here, you think? Or is that just a mark? It looks like a box.
Yep, that's him back there.
No, that's not him.
You don't think that's him?
No,
Let it play.
that's-
Does it move?
That's just a wall with like a shadow on it.
No.
This flashback to when he brought her, I guess, to the house for
Mhm.
dinner or whatever. Made me really not like Steven at all because they seem to be two people who are struggling and on the right track of recovery, and Steven's just being a jerk, in my opinion. So then we get this whole scene again from Luke's perspective, and it all kind of comes together and makes sense.
There he is again.
He's back again.
Gets around.
But he's actually on the ground here. So this part really sucks.
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
Ugh, jerks. Poor Luke.
Literally kicking a man while he's down.
Then we had this monologue, really heartbreaking monologue about Luke talking about hoping that his mom was going to come home. So you know he lost his mom because of what happened in the house.
Brilliant work, I have
Really
to
good
say.
monologue. He doesn't look so tall here now.
Oh, perspective.
Yeah, whatever it is. And you're thinking that it's some type of omen.
It doesn't look like a ghost. It's different than the ghost we see in the bedroom as a kid, right? It's a very different manifestation of the same character.
It's not off the ground.
Harbinger of Death, Banshee, Doppelganger. They're called co-walkers. Like there's like a dozen or almost 100 different names for different variations of creatures throughout European and world cultures. Everyone has a version of it where you see something and then something dies. So this moment is so heartbreaking to me. We finally get to understand the counting to 7. And there's just something about going back after we see Luke breaking down and cutting to the kids trying to deal with their pain and their trauma and their horror
Fear. Yeah.
by counting buttons and rocks. And he has his little
Whatever he
7
has.
army men that he set up at the beginning of the episode around the picture of the scary thing in the basement. Yeah, it's just heartbreaking.
Luke is waiting for Steven to come and get him. He's really not doing well. He's cold. He just wants to find a place to sleep and rest. Pacing 7 steps. So he's really, really close.
He's right there.
Right behind him.
So this is the moment where I start to think the doppelganger thing. And again, it's based off of my theory about the bat neck lady. It's based off all that stuff. But it's not like a poltergeist. I think it's more of an omen than an intelligent
whatever it is
entity.
It's terrifying. I don't like it. It's not him.
It's Mom. Oh.
Ah! This is not okay.
No. Mom's an alien.
So basically, Steven tells Luke what happened about Nell's death. It was suicide. He grabs his neck, takes a second, feels it out, and says, "It wasn't.
It wasn't.
It wasn't." And that's the end of the episode.
Total breakdown. It's just...
It's all connected.
Yeah. I mean, if he doesn't get an Emmy nod for just that last 5 minutes...
That last 5 seconds.
Emmys are bunk.
That last 5 seconds is brilliantly heartbreaking, heart-wrenching performance.
It's so powerful, it's so painful, and it's just the total collapse. This probably is the worst low point of his life when he was sober.
Right.
You know what I mean? Probably he's hit rock bottom before doing drugs, which is why you go to rehab. This is probably the lowest Luke has ever been while sober, and feeling every morsel of every pain, of every sorrow, of every anger, and all that, all into that one performance, and then to the point of like, it wasn't, that it's just so perfect. I'm speechless.
Leave a comment below. We're going to do the rest of the... Thanks for watching, guys. We're going to do the rest of the series. Sorry, it's been a while since I've done a recap. We got really busy with SpookyCon and X-Files and other things. I have another X-Files video. We have gigs and improv and other stuff going on. But if you're not subscribed and you're a fan of Haunting a Hill House, please subscribe and leave a comment below. And I'll try to respond and interact with it. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Thanks again for watching, guys. We will talk to you on the next vlog.
Sweet.
Bye.